Another day, another book review. Daring greatly, embrace vulnerability and transform your life. A deep dive into Brené Brown's bestseller. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be diving into an incredible book that has transformed the lives of millions, Daring Greatly, by Brené Brown. In the next 10 minutes, we'll explore the powerful insights Brené shares about vulnerability, courage, and living a wholehearted life. So, let's get started. The power of vulnerability. Brené Brown is a research professor, author, and renowned speaker. Her groundbreaking research on vulnerability, shame, empathy, and courage has sparked a global conversation. In Daring Greatly, Brené challenges us to embrace our vulnerabilities, let go of the fears that hold us back, and step into the arena of life. In her TED Talk, The Power of Vulnerability, which has been viewed over 50 million times, Brené shares her findings on the importance of vulnerability in creating connection, belonging, and a sense of purpose. She argues that vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Throughout Daring Greatly, Brené builds on this idea, showing us how we can cultivate vulnerability to transform our lives. Shame and vulnerability. To better understand vulnerability, we must first look at shame. Shame is the fear of disconnection, the belief that there's something about us that makes us unworthy of love and belonging. It's a universal emotion that can hold us back from truly embracing vulnerability. Brené explains that shame thrives in secrecy, silence, and judgment. To combat shame, we need to practice courage, compassion, and connection. We need to recognize and challenge the shame triggers in our lives, and in doing so, we free ourselves to be more vulnerable and authentic. In Daring Greatly, Brené shares 4 strategies for combating shame. 1. Recognize and understand your shame triggers. 2. Practice critical awareness. Question the messages that fuel shame. 3. Reach out to others. Share your story with people who have earned the right to hear it. 4. Speak about your shame, be vulnerable, and voice your feelings. The myths of vulnerability. Brené identifies several myths that prevent us from embracing vulnerability. Let's explore a few of these myths and see how they might be holding us back. 1. Vulnerability is weakness. Many people equate vulnerability with weakness, but in reality, it takes great courage to show our true selves, with all our imperfections. 2. I don't do vulnerability. We all experience vulnerability, whether we acknowledge it or not. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. 3. Vulnerability is oversharing. Vulnerability is about sharing our thoughts and feelings with the right people, at the right time, and in the right context. It's not about indiscriminate disclosure. By debunking these myths, we can start to recognize the power and importance of vulnerability in our lives. Cultivating wholehearted living. In Daring Greatly, Brené shares 10 guideposts for wholehearted living, practices that help us embrace vulnerability and live a more authentic, connected life. 1. Cultivating authenticity. Let go of what people think and embrace your true self. 2. Cultivating self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, and remember that everyone has imperfections. 3. Cultivating a resilient spirit. Develop the ability to bounce back from adversity and grow stronger. 4. Cultivating gratitude and joy. Practice gratitude daily and focus on the positive aspects of life. 5. Cultivating intuition and trusting faith. Learn to trust your instincts and believe in your path. 6. Cultivating creativity. Let go of comparison and allow yourself the freedom to create and express yourself. 7. Cultivating play and rest. Make time for leisure and self-care to replenish your energy and well-being. 8. Cultivating calm and stillness. Incorporate mindfulness practices to find peace and clarity in your life. 9. Cultivating meaningful work. Pursue work that aligns with your values and passions. 10. Cultivating laughter, song, and dance. Embrace joy, connection, and self-expression through these activities. By incorporating these guideposts into our daily lives, we can live more wholeheartedly and authentically, embracing vulnerability and transforming our relationships, work, and overall well-being. Daring leadership. Brené's insights aren't just applicable to our personal lives. They can also transform the way we approach leadership. In Daring Greatly, she introduces the concept of daring leadership, which is all about being vulnerable, taking risks, and showing up authentically. Daring leaders are willing to have tough conversations, admit when they're wrong, and embrace the unknown. They create a culture where people feel safe to be themselves, ask questions, and share their ideas. This kind of leadership fosters innovation, collaboration, and trust. The power of empathy. A key component of vulnerability and connection is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. In Daring Greatly, Brené emphasizes the power of empathy in building deep connections and combating shame. Empathy is more than just listening. It's about being present, validating emotions, and offering support without judgment. When we practice empathy, we create a safe space for vulnerability, allowing ourselves and others to be seen, heard, and valued. Conclusion. In Daring Greatly, Brené Brown invites us to embrace vulnerability, step into the arena, and live wholeheartedly. By understanding the role of shame, debunking the myths of vulnerability, and practicing the guideposts for wholehearted living, we can transform our lives, relationships, and leadership. I hope you found this deep dive into Daring Greatly inspiring and enlightening. If you haven't already, I highly recommend picking up a copy of the book and exploring Brené Brown's other works. And remember, vulnerability is not a weakness. It's the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights and book summaries. Until next time, keep daring greatly and living wholeheartedly.